I am going to moderate today's proceedings, which are going to be very brief but very important. Today we are going to witness the signing of the exchange of notes between the WFP office in Lesotho and the government of Japan on food assistance program, which is intended to assist the government of Lesotho on the feeding program on pre-primary children. Without any further ado, allow me to invite His Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan, Dateshi Musi Fumio, to make his remarks.
Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, Mr. Rejone Mupochowana. The Honorable Minister of Education and Training, Mr. Ntona Lapapa. The Country Director of the World Food Program Lesotho, Mr. Elliot Bulmuku, and all the protocol observed, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Lumera. It is an honor for me to attend this signing ceremony for the exchange of notes between the government of Japan and the World Food Program Lesotho in support of the Kingdom of Lesotho. It also gives me great pleasure to say a few words on behalf of the people and the government of Japan. Today's ceremony marks yet another chapter in Japan's enduring commitment to the people of Lesotho. Through our food assistance grant aid, Japan is pleased to provide 200 million Japanese yen, which is corresponding to approximately 1.3 million US dollars, to support a project to provide food and nutrition assistance to pre-primary school children. This initiative, implemented through the World Food Program Lesotho, will deliver nutritional assistance to 50,000 pre-primary children in over 2,400 preschools across all 10 districts of the country. Major food items to be provided in this project as follows: 85 tons of canned fish from Japan, 360 tons of maize meals, and 35 tons of fresh vegetables. Given Lesotho's socio-economic challenges driven by multiple complex factors including drought, Japan is glad to support strengthening Lesotho's food security, which will meet the dietary needs of those affected households and thus improve the nutritional status of children. At the same time, this support will ease somewhat financial difficulties of low-income households. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, as we celebrate this exchange of notes today, I'd like to thank our partners, namely the government of Lesotho and the World Food Program Lesotho, for their commitment and collaboration. Together, we reaffirm our shared mission to ensure no child goes to school hungry, and that every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Let this support be a symbol of our friendship and our continued solidarity with the people of Lesotho. Thank you for your attention. Kia Rebaha.
Let me follow the protocols already observed by the Master of Ceremony, but also giving due respect to His Excellency, the Minister for Education and Training, and also His Excellency, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, who are actually present. I should say that it is with great pleasure to be here today to welcome yet another generous contribution from the government of Japan towards improving the food and nutrition security in Lesotho. Japan's continued support to Lesotho is much appreciated. Over the past 5 years, their contribution has enabled WFP to sustain the government's national school feeding program, particularly for the preschool students. This contribution comes at a critical time. You already know that His Excellency has actually talked about the 200 million Japanese yen. The contribution, it comes at a critical time when WFP is appealing for more resources to respond to increasing food insecurity needs in the country. The world is breaking records in numbers of food insecurity people due to conflicts, climate shocks, and socio-economic crises. And Lesotho is no exception to these perils, as witnessed by the number of food insecure people estimated at 524,900 for 25-26 consumption year. Though it's slightly lower than the El Nino drought, but still the caseload is quite huge. Majority of our children in Lesotho come from vulnerable households that are struggling to meet their daily food needs. The contribution from Japan will provide great support in addressing food and nutrition needs of children, specifically those from vulnerable families.
And we are now coming to the most important part of today's ceremony, which is actually the exchange of notes. Thank you again.
Honor to stand before you today on behalf of the Ministry of Education and indeed on behalf of the government also to celebrate the continued generosity of the government of Japan and the unwavering support of the WFP towards Lesotho's school feeding program. School feeding, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most impactful safety net initiatives in this country. This program does not only address food insecurity, but it also uplifts education, health, and dignity in equal measure. Today we celebrate a significant milestone in international collaboration, particularly during these hard times. The signing of exchange notes between the government of Japan and the WFP represents a major contribution amounting to Japanese yen 200 million, equivalent to 24 million. These funds will directly support the feeding of 50,000 children, as it has already been highlighted, across 2,400 early childhood care and development centers for a total of 180 days. I must mention that this particular program also, it is an incentive for the ECCD centers to fully register with the ministry. So the number is likely to increase because once you are registered, you fall under this program, which is quite beneficial both for the kids and the family in general. I joined the Minister of Health in encouraging breastfeeding during the first 100 days of life, followed by balanced nutrition to support long-term growth. Providing feeding to children in preschool supports their nutrition needs at this vulnerable age. We all therefore need to support proper nutrition initiatives in support of His Majesty our King, who leads Africa as the AU champion of nutrition.
The members of the media, it is both an honor and privilege to deliver closing remarks on this special occasion, marking a significant moment of solidarity and partnership between the Kingdom of Lesotho and Japan. This is truly the moment that reflects the enduring bonds between our two countries, encapsulated by a shared commitment to eradicating hunger and building resilience among the most vulnerable communities in our country. Today we witness the signing of the agreement and the formalization of the generous food donation from the government of Japan, made possible through the capable coordination of the World Food Programme. As their excellencies have eloquently alluded, Japan has once again activated our long-standing collaboration under the Food Assistance Grant Aid by providing food and nutrition assistance to the tune of 200 million Japanese yen, approximately 23.5 million maluti, or 1.3 million US dollars, to support our pre-primary children feeding, school feeding program. This initiative will make a significant impact on thousands of preschool children across the country. On behalf of the government of Lesotho and the entire Lesotho nation, I wish to extend my deep gratitude to the government and the people of Japan for this generous gesture of goodwill. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Lesotho and Japan have maintained diplomatic relations since 1971 and developed strong cooperation over the years, focused primarily on development assistance, technical cooperation, and humanitarian support. The contribution of this magnitude we are witnessing today therefore demonstrates not only a mere gift of food, but also symbolizes a gesture of humanity. It is an act of diplomacy rooted in compassion and a powerful reminder that solidarity knows no borders. We also acknowledge with profound appreciation the role played by WFP in facilitating this partnership. Through their operational expertise, logistical capacity, and continuous presence in the communities, they always ensure that their support reaches the intended recipients swiftly and efficiently. WFP's resolute commitment indeed makes them our trusted partner in times of crisis and in long-term development programs. Keep up the good work, Nade Elliott and your team. Continue to serve humanity and with distinction. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate our firm commitment to work with Your Excellency in furthering the existing bilateral relations between our countries. I challenge us to move forward together with clarity of purpose, unity of spirit, and with shared ambition to build all-weather cooperation between our two sister countries. Beimbaga phepo e nepahetseng ya bana ke motheo wa bohlokwa wa bokamoso bo tsitsitseng ba naha ya habo rona. Hobane bana ba sa fumana phepo e nepahetseng ke ho bolela hore bokamoso ba naha ya habo rona bo lehotho. Now, may I invite you, Your Excellencies, and all our invited guests to raise your glasses. To the warm friendship between Lesotho and Japan, to the unity, empathy, and building a world where no one is hungry. Cheers. Cheers.